Kenya. The very name conjures images of vast golden plains teeming with life. It speaks of ancient cultures and the very cradle of humanity. Nestled in the heart of East Africa, this nation is a vibrant mosaic of landscapes, people, and stories. It is a country that holds a unique position on the continent both geographically and culturally. To understand Kenya is to begin a journey into the soul of Africa itself. It is bordered by nations that each contribute to the region's complex and dynamic character. Ethiopia, South Sudan, Uganda, Tanzania, Somalia, and to the southeast the shimmering expanse of the Indian Ocean. This strategic location has shaped Kenya's destiny for millennia. It is not merely a spot on a map but a crossroads of history, commerce, and migration. The long coastline has been a vital link to the Arabian Peninsula, India, and even China for centuries. That history fostered the growth of the unique Swahili culture. This coastal influence seeps inland, mingling with traditions of the interior. The nation acts as a vital artery for its landlocked neighbors. The port of Mombasa serving as a critical hub for trade throughout East and Central Africa. When we look at the map, we see more than just borders, we see pathways of influence. The proximity to the volatile Horn of Africa presents unique challenges, yet it also underscores Kenya's role as a bastion of relative stability and a diplomatic heavyweight. Its neighbors look to it for leadership and economic partnership. The shared borders with Uganda and Tanzania, for instance, mean shared ecosystems like the Serengeti Mara. The flow of people, goods, and ideas across these frontiers is constant, creating a regional identity that is deeply intertwined. Kenya is, in many ways, the central hub from which the spokes of East African life radiate outwards. As we prepare to delve deeper into this remarkable country in 2025, it is this geographical context that provides our starting point. From the bustling port cities to the remote northern frontiers, its location is the foundation upon which its society, economy, and environment are built. Kenya's pulse can be felt far beyond its borders, echoing across the continent and the vast Indian Ocean. At the very core of Kenya's dramatic landscape lies a monumental scar upon the Earth's surface, the Great Rift Valley, a colossal geological feature, a testament to planetary forces. Running north to south, part of a rift system from Mozambique to Syria. In Kenya, the valley is at its most profound, a wide, breathtaking expanse, dotted with volcanoes, dormant volcanoes, active volcanoes, steaming and alive, and a string of shimmering alkaline lakes. This is where the African continent is slowly tearing itself apart, a landscape of unparalleled drama and beauty. The valley floor is home to a series of lakes, Lake Turkana, the Jade Sea in the arid north, Lake Bogoria, famous for flamingos, Lake Nakuru, another flamingo spectacle, Lake Elementaita, shimmering and alive with birds. These alkaline shores create specialized ecosystems for incredible bird life. Volcanic activity has enriched surrounding soils. The highlands on either side are some of Africa's most fertile agricultural land. This geological marvel powers Kenya's ecological and agricultural diversity. This is a land that truly feels ancient, where human evolution is written in rock. Around Lake Turkana, paleoanthropologists have unearthed pivotal hominid fossils. The Leakey family and other teams, discoveries that earned the region the cradle of humankind. Walking here feels like stepping back in time. The valley is a living museum. The ground holds our shared origins. The influence of the Great Rift Valley shapes climate, culture, and the rhythm of life. Steep escarpments create dramatic altitude and weather shifts, a mosaic of microclimates. For the communities who live here, the Maasai, and the Kalenjin, pastoralists with deep ties to the land. It is a landscape that demands respect and resilience. Arid plains, lush highlands, serene lakes, simmering volcanoes, forged by fire and time. Beyond the dramatic chasm of the Rift Valley, Kenya's topography continues to astound with its sheer variety. To the east, the nation unfolds into a long and beautiful coastline caressed by the warm, turquoise waters of the Indian Ocean. This is a world away from the rugged interior. Here, pristine white sandy beaches are fringed with swaying palm trees and protected by vibrant coral reefs. Historic city Mombasa, historic city Lamu, narrow winding streets and ancient stone architecture. These towns tell tales of 1,000 years of maritime trade and cultural fusion. The coastal strip is a realm of gentle sea breezes, Swahili culture, and a more languid pace of life, offering a stunning contrast to the highlands and savannas just a few hundred kilometers inland. Moving westward from the coast, the land begins a gradual but steady ascent. The flat coastal plains give way to plateaus, rolling hills, which eventually rise to form the Central Highlands. This is the agricultural heartland of Kenya. The climate here is temperate and the volcanic soils are incredibly rich, making it ideal for farming. Endless manicured fields of vibrant green tea, sprawling coffee plantations. The highlands are lush, green and well-watered, a landscape that feels worlds apart from the arid north or the humid coast. It is this fertile region that supports a large portion of Kenya's population. Dominating this central highland region is the majestic figure of Mount Kenya. This ancient extinct volcano stands as a solitary giant, its jagged peaks, Batian and Nelian, often cloaked in clouds and permanently capped with glaciers and snow. A truly surreal sight just a stone's throw from the equator. The mountain is a world of its own, a vital water tower for the entire country. Its slopes give rise to numerous rivers that feed the plains below. As one ascends, the landscape transitions rapidly, dense montane forests filled with unique wildlife, through a zone of bamboo, onto stark moorlands dotted with bizarre giant plants, before reaching the final barren zone of rock and ice. The sheer diversity of landscapes packed into one nation is what makes Kenya so utterly captivating. Within a single day's journey, one can travel from the tropical paradise of the Indian Ocean coast, through the fertile and temperate central highlands, and gaze upon the equatorial snows of Mount Kenya. This incredible topographical variety dictates the climate, determines where people live and what they grow, and creates a breathtaking array of habitats for the country's famed wildlife. It is this journey from sun-kissed coasts to snowy peaks that truly showcases the geographical richness of this extraordinary East African nation. When most people dream of Africa, it is the classic savanna landscape. Kenya is home to some of the most iconic savannas on Earth. These are the vast open grasslands dotted with acacia trees that stretch to the horizon under an immense blue sky. This is the stage for Africa's grand wildlife drama. The word savanna itself doesn't do justice. It ranges from the semi-arid plains of the north where Samburu warriors herd their cattle to the rich rolling grasslands of the Masai Mara in the south, a landscape that is synonymous with the quintessential safari experience. This ecosystem, with its distinct wet seasons and dry seasons, governs the rhythm of life for both wildlife and the pastoralist communities who call it home. The Masai Mara National Reserve, in particular, represents the savanna in its most perfect form. It is the northernmost extension of the even larger Serengeti ecosystem, creating a seamless and borderless wilderness for animals to roam. The Mara is world-famous for its exceptional populations of lions, leopards, cheetahs, elephants, and for its rolling hills that provide breathtaking panoramic views. But it is most famous for being the destination of the Great Wildebeest Migration. Each year, over 1 million wildebeest, accompanied by hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles, pour into the Mara from the Serengeti in a relentless search for fresh grazing, creating one of the most awe-inspiring natural spectacles on the planet. This annual migration is the lifeblood of the savanna. The constant grazing of these immense herds shapes the landscape, preventing it from turning into scrubland and promoting fresh grass growth. The migration also provides a dramatic, moving feast for the predators that lie in wait. The perilous river crossings, where crocodiles lurk beneath the surface, are moments of intense life-and-death struggle that have been captured in countless wildlife documentaries. Witnessing this event is to see the raw, unfiltered power of nature at work, life, death, and renewal that has played out on these plains for millennia. It is a powerful reminder of how interconnected every living thing is within this delicate, ever-changing environment. But the savanna is more than just a backdrop for wildlife. It is a landscape under pressure. The changing climate, with more frequent and severe droughts, threatens the delicate balance of the grasslands. Growing human populations lead to increased competition for land and resources, often resulting in human-wildlife conflict. The future of Kenya's iconic savannas and the incredible biodiversity they support depends on finding a sustainable balance between the needs of people and the preservation of these wild spaces. As we look towards 2025, the story of the Kenyan savanna is one of both timeless beauty and urgent challenges, a tapestry that continues to change with every passing season. To truly understand Kenya, we must look beyond its stunning landscapes and into the faces of its people. The nation is a vibrant and youthful mosaic, home to an estimated 55 million individuals as we venture into 2025. This population has grown rapidly over the decades, a testament to the country's vitality and, honestly, its challenges too. More than just a number, this figure represents a dynamic collection of hopes, dreams, traditions, aspirations. The Kenyan people are the true heartbeat of the nation, a source of immense resilience, creativity, warmth. Their energy is palpable, from the bustling streets of the capital to the quiet pastoral landscapes of the countryside. A defining characteristic of Kenya's population is its youth. A significant majority of Kenyans are under the age of 30. This youthful energy fuels innovation, the vibrant music scene, and dominance in athletics. It represents a generation more connected, educated, and globally aware. But it also creates pressure for education, healthcare, and employment opportunities. The future depends on harnessing this generation for sustainable development. Population isn't evenly spread. Fertile Central Highlands and the Lake Victoria Basin, densely populated, versus the arid north and east, sparsely inhabited, home to nomadic and semi-nomadic pastoralists. This shows how land shapes communities and identities. This large population powers the economy, workers on farms, in factories, and in the tech sector. They are creators and audiences of Kenya's culture, but they also strain resources, infrastructure, and public services. Managing growth and ensuring opportunity for all 55 million is the core challenge. Kenya, in 2025, is a human story, millions balancing tradition and modernity together.